Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine's back! Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, it is time to get back to Attack on Titan. We are on episode 48. This one's called Bystander, and I just can't wait to dive back into this. Every day when I come to the studio and it's Attack on Titan Day, this like wave of calmness comes over me because I'm like, hey, it's going to be all right. I'm going to have a lot of fun, so can't wait.
I thought you said that every day. Well, regardless, I'm definitely ready, willing, able to dive right back into Attack on Titan, especially with the loss of Kenny. Where do we go from here?
I don't know if I would call it a wave of calmness for me, but a wave of anticipation and excitement would be very, very accurate. Let's do this.
I'm just waiting for my prediction of let the bodies hit the floor.
Oh, let's go!
This is Frankie. Frankie is a good man, hardworking mechanic, working 10-hour shifts and absolutely loves his job. So when a careless shop owner decides not to clean his slick, oily slip and slide 5W30 floor, and Frankie slips, falls, and lands oblique first onto a Phillips screwdriver, he needs somebody who can fight on his side and pay for that catastrophic fail. And that somebody is Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you. But Frankie is worried because he doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. But worry no more, because Morgan & Morgan doesn't charge you any sign-up fees or other upfront costs. The fee is free unless you win. But Frankie is conflicted about the situation. He doesn't want to sue his boss, even if his boss hasn't talked to him since the incident. But Frankie, when you sue for an injury, you're not suing your lazy boss, you're suing his insurance company. There's no reason to feel bad for getting the compensation you deserve. So if you've been a victim in a car accident, medical malpractice, workplace injury, or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Frankie did, and he sure is thankful Morgan & Morgan had his back. And his oblique.
Do you like this?
I've grown to love this music. I just think it's
I think this will probably be the last episode.
You know, it's like it's representative of change and
Haven't
hope.
we talked about this like 5 different million times already?
Yeah, but we always have.
So here's
here's the thing. We watch the intro every time.
We've talked about it before. Here's a clip.
We could all sit here and be awkwardly silent through the whole intro.
Well, we could talk. I'm sure they're sick of us talking about the same thing every time this music comes on. Think of something else, you two.
Here, talk amongst yourself. I'll give you a topic.
思ってた女王と違うな。王冠かぶったのが2ヶ月前か。
All right.
巷でなんて言われてるか知ってる？牛飼いの女神様。
これじゃトロストクを塞いだやつのことなんか誰も覚えてねえ。
ヒストリアが女王になるって決意した理由の一つはこれをやるためだ。地下街から壁の端まで孤児や困窮者を集めて面倒を見る。
Get the old fish hook.
困っている人がいたらどこにいたって見つけたし助けに行くって言ってた。これがヒストリアのやりたいことなんだ。
日が暮れちゃうでしょ。
あいつなんか俺の母ちゃんに似てきた。
女神様。
硬質化の実験はうまくいってるんだってね。
でも急がねまた奴らが来ちまう。
ライナーとベルトルトともう一度会うことになるとしたら
奴らは殺さなきゃならない。
早くわかるといいね。この世界がなんでこうなっているのか後悔するわけにはいかないから。最近は地下街にいた子たちも笑うようになったの。
Oh, they're in the sun.
お前は立派だよ。
そんなこと。
あの時は人類なんか滅べばいいとか言ってたのにな。
あれは勢い余っただけだから。
貸して。エレンは実験で疲れてる。
だから俺を年寄りみたいに扱うのはやめろ。
兵団の粛清によって中枢にあたる人材を多く失った人類だったが、地下空間で発見された光る鉱石など、エレンの硬質化の能力は、とある対巨人兵器を誕生させた。
Wow. Oh.
いいぞ。
Yeah, I saw that up top. What?
Oh! Like the
うなじに当たったぞ。
今度こそは。
Wow.
これなら兵士が戦わなくても巨人を倒していける。地獄の頂点に向かって
She's so excited. Uh-oh. What is that?
おそらく巨人の力を酷使しすぎたんだろう。このところ硬質化の実験ばかりだった。
すまない。
謝らないでくださいよ、ハンジさん。早く武器を揃えていきましょう。志願しなくに。
新兵器があれば巨人なんぞ紙くず同然だ。
It's that guy with the haircut.
そうですよ。ヒッチに止められたりしなかったんですか？なぜって二人をもう
じゃないですか。
よくわからないが、ヒッチには向いてないだとか、生きがるなだとか散々なじられたよ。挙句にこのまま憲兵にいればうまい汁が吸えるとか。
マルロはバカなの？こいつはおかっぱ野郎ですね。
He's a bull cut imbecile.
お前らすっかり歴戦の猛者か？
お前らと比べられちまえばな。
世間全体がウォールマリア奪還をって盛り上がってんだ。確かにお前ら変わったよな。一体何があったんだ？
聞きたいか？
また今度にするよ。
明日は調整日だから朝から俺の村に帰ろうと思って。
Yeah, whatever happened with his family?
コニーのお母さんを元に戻す方法は決してないわけじゃないんですよね。
巨人の正体は人間かもしれねえって話だ。
60年ぐらいだ。もうずっと終わらない悪夢を見ているようだったよ。
Yep. She was buried.
いろいろあってうやむやになってたけど、俺たちが戦ってる敵は何なんだろうな。巨人ってのは俺も言っときよ。そんな巨人に。
おしゃべりは食べ終わってからにしなさい。
お前最近そればっかだぞ。お前が思い出さなきゃいけねえのはあの男だろ。洞窟で記憶を掘り返された時、親父さんと会っていた調査兵団の男ってやつを。
あの日、あの状況で父さんと会っていたんだ。そもそもあの男は俺もどっかで見たことあるはずなんだ。
頭をどこかにぶつけてみては。
That's right, twerp.
あれ
Those
Same,
eyes.
got the same
Wow.
eyes.
キース・シャーディス。
私たちも会うのは久しぶりだ。
シャーディス教官。
Ah!
Oh.
Executioner from hell. Some automatic tires.
どうしたブラウス、座らんのか？
Screaming.
みんな見違えるように変わった。お前は母親とよく似ているな。その瞳の奥に宿す牙は父親そのものだ。
話してください。知っていることすべて。
何も知らない。結論から言えばな、人類の理にはなり得ない話でよければ聞いてくれ。20年前、ウォールマリア。
ここで何をしている？どうやって壁を越えてきた？
まさか戦っているのか？
本当か嘘か、彼はなぜ壁の外にいるのか覚えていなかった。記憶を一切なくしていたのだ。グリシャ・イエーガーという名前以外。
わざわざ壁の外をうろつくバカがお前ら調査兵団以外にいるわけねえのによ。とにかく被害者がいるわけでもねえし、上への報告はなしだ。いいな。
I just want to do the paperwork.
Yeah.
Always with the paper.
Too much paperwork.
名前以外にも覚えていることがある。私は医者だ。病院を紹介してくれ。できる仕事があるはずだ。私に教えてくれないか。この世界のことや調査兵団。
Wow, his whole brain was wiped.
この世界のことを何も。
貧富の差こそあれど、この壁の中は平和なんだな。
この狭い壁の中で飯と酒にありつければそれで満足な部類の人間らしい。世界がどれだけ広いかなんて考えたこともない。
あなたが壁の外へ出ていく理由はそれか？
そうだ。
あなたたちはこの壁の誰よりも賢く勇気がある。
調査兵団の勧誘かい？
私なんぞに務まるものではないでしょう。選ばれし者でないと。
あら、そうですか。
そんなことを言われたのは初めてだった。私には狭すぎた。
Look at that face.
How could you harm that face?
Well, because he'll eat you.
Probably he was eating someone before. Yeah.
凡人どもの微量な脳みそでも理解できるほどの異形を突きつければ。
彼らも例の伝染病だ。なんとかならないか？
私の 両親も。
Oh boy.
大丈夫。みんな助かるよ。
イエーガー先生、ありがとうございます。
Oh, he's saving the day.
But how?
He's brilliant.
How?
調査兵団団長に任命する。
Did he marry Carla? And he...
No.
How'd they climb up there?
Yeah, that... I haven't seen them really do that too much.
でもエルヴィンの分隊はまだ死人を出してないんだって。
選ばれし者。
イーサ。
彼らは、この子は。
エレン、男の子です。
There we go.
Jesus.
このまま死ぬまで続けるつもりですか？
なぜ凡人は何もせず死ぬまで生きていられるかわかるか。ただクソを垂らしただけの人生を恥じることもない。手当たり次第男に愛想を振りまき酒をついで回るしか取り柄のないものだぞには。
Jesus, dude. What a meltdown.
凡人は何も成し遂げなかった。団長をやってくれるか。特別な人間はいる。たったそれだけのことにどうして気づけなかったのか。
Wow, that really ate him up.
Big time.
志願しなくが壊滅したらしい。このドロストでも危ないぞ。
Yep.
お前だったな。
起きろ、エレン。母さんは一緒じゃないのか。
母さんが巨人に食われた。
母さんの仇を。
待て。どこへ行く？
Gonna give him some super serum.
お前が撃てばいいだろう。カルラの仇を。また人に呪いをかけるのか。
この子はあんたとは違う。私の子だ。
Oh.
関わらないでくれ。
What a kind of a not a twist,
real-
but kind of a turn we took here in this episode.
Real weird relationship, these two.
そして私は気絶していたお前を
He's got the key.
避難所の寝床に戻した。それが私の知るすべてだ。
That key.
That's the key.
That key.
あなたが退いた本当の理由が分かりました。あんたの劣等感なんかどうでもいい。現実から逃げるな。公に心臓を捧げるとはそういうことだろう。
俺は特別でも何でもなかった。特別な父親の息子だった。
カルラはこう言っていた。
特別じゃなきゃいけないんですか？少なくともこの子は偉大になんてならなくてもいい。だって見てくださいよ。こんなに可愛い。
It's a good way to look at it.
だからこの子はもう偉いんです。
お前は父親が願ったように自らの命を燃やし壁の外で燃え尽きるのだろう。私は何も何一つ変えることはできない。
It was fate. It's always gonna happen.
ただの傍観者だ。
He's always testing himself to see if he was
Yeah.
special, and then
I mean, that's wow. It's some huge reveals in this episode.
I know I didn't expect the story to go this way. To be honest.
Well, that's not too bad.
Pause.
Oh,
Pause. Stop.
Don't look.
Get
Pause.
these paws.
Get these.
Get this off our screen.
What an episode! This was. It felt. I don't want to say like this one came out of left field at all, but I wasn't expecting questions that I had about Eren and his father and how that all came to be filled in on this episode. So
Yeah.
it was really interesting to see the way that the whole thing with Eren's dad and his mom, how it all came to be. Like I said, his dad had absolutely no memory of what he was doing out there, the world he was in, or any of that. So he had to get all filled in, and our guy here kind of resented him for that he was able to be who he thought was something special. But I think the thing that Carla, Eren's mom said was really important is like, look, he's already special, and because he's born of this world. So, you don't have to, I think what the message that she was kind of trying to say is you don't have to be some outwardly great, genetically blessed or incredibly intelligent person. You know, you don't have to be huge and strong or super smart to where it's outwardly visible to everybody. You know, what can make you special is what's inside you. And I kind of liked how Mom said that. And just a lot of feedback, or a lot of stories were kind of filled in here for us. A lot of questions got answered. Not much as to what's in the basement. I still think it's a family photo that's going to be in there. That's what I'm going with. But it was interesting. They gave us the little tidbits of like when they're at the lunch cafeteria, chow hall. They're like, Eren, don't you remember anything when you were in there? And then they kind of started to come back to him a little bit, because I had forgotten about that part of it where, you know, Eren gets those memories regardless of how brief they are. He's still getting them. And so I liked how they tied that back in. But an episode where we didn't see a whole lot of our favorites, but I did like the turn that Historia's taken a little bit. Everybody's kind of having a little bit of fun with it as she's, you know, brought all the children and some of the people, I assume, out of the underworld, if you will. And they found out they've got something that will work as a light source with the coal that glows. So that's interesting. And I want to see more of Historia and kind of how she manages everything going forward. So yeah, I guess if I had to describe this episode, I would say it's the episode I didn't know I needed.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice informative episode. I mean, we went back into like Keith and Dr. Jaeger, and discovering him, putting him in jail, and then Haney's coming in and like, well, it's also illegal to be drinking on the job. Well, I guess you can forget both, right? And screw the paperwork. So then they had the whole conversation about Special, because apparently, he was able to cure people of the plague, and, Carla and then her parents had it. Mm-hmm. And then it eventually went to them falling in love. And I think Keith kind of kept that with him, because I think maybe he liked Carla. I mean, I'm getting the vibe that he liked Carla.
Yeah, he go to that bar.
Yep, and he saw that Keith kind of swooped in, and then and I think my opinion is because he thought he was special. That's why Carla went for him. So then that's why he always figured himself not being special enough, because he wasn't able to get Carla. But I also thought that it was going to be a little bit more drawn out with finding Keith, and because I didn't know that they knew right where he was everywhere. I thought he was going to have to try and figure it out like an episode or two, but instead he found him. But then we also saw the brand new weapon, the Executioner from Hell. That thing looks pretty badass. Hanji was pretty excited that it worked, but then we also
Hanji was ecstatic.
Oh, very. But then we saw the toll that it was kind of taken on Eren, where he was having a nosebleed, I believe. So you can see that he's been really experimenting. I mean, Historia asked about it right away, and yeah, he's probably been working his arse off trying to get that hardening, keep going and going, and it's probably taking a wicked toll on
how much of it he had filled up compared to the size of the Titan that he is.
So yeah, this was I agree with your sentiment of the episode. I didn't know I needed. I liked it. I really liked this episode.
Yeah, if you watch the show Stranger Things, you know that sometimes people have special powers and they exert themselves a little too much, get nosebleeds.
Oh, okay.
So, what was?
I think he's doing one that hasn't seen it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
just answer hasn't seen it.
Oh,
but
wow.
anyways,
That's
I
not.
I don't think it's
that's not a mega spoiler.
No.
But no, it was a good episode. I really, really loved the setup that they have on the wall there. We've seen all the episodes up until now. Taking out the Titans has been a very, very dangerous venture. I mean, you got to swing around them. You got to take them at the nape. They're trying to catch you and eat you and all sorts of stuff. And now you're basically luring them in. It actually reminded me a lot of
Predator.
Well, Predator. Yeah, actually, I wasn't thinking Predator. I was thinking The Walking Dead, where you have certain setups in certain cities, I guess you could say, or certain communities where they purposely draw them into the wall to take them out, because you're doing it from the safety of behind the wall. So I really liked how they did it. Of course, they didn't need a cut to the nape. They found out that a massive amount of pressure can have the exact same effect.
Big old hole.
Yeah. So now, how many they can lure in, and you would imagine they. Well, I suppose they don't have to go outside and move the bodies because they just evaporate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could set these. It looks like a pretty massive construction. I'm guessing construction isn't that easy. When they would have to also have another hole in the wall and have Eren fill it to have kind of that structure where one of the Titans puts its head through. But I thought this was really unique, and that's one thing that I think is really cool about this show from their gear that they have, something that I've never seen in another show, with the swords, with the tips they can replace, and of course the hooks and everything like that. I've been very impressed with some of the military technology, I guess you could say, that they've used, and this is definitely a cool thing. A lot of good backstory rather, with Eren and Dad and Mom. To kind of mirror what Mason Quinn said, I really appreciated that sentiment that you don't have to go out and do something like grand to be special. Look, if you're here, 1 in a trillion chance, you just got to be you, and that's enough. And a life isn't wasted, and it's not like you're just existing if you're not something like some superhero in the making, or somebody who goes out and does something amazing. So I thought this was a really solid episode. Of course, they had to tease us with the key again with no real payoff. I know it's coming. It'll be here sooner. I want to say sooner or later. I'm not going to say sooner than. I'm not going to say sooner than later, because I don't really have faith in that. But this was a solid episode.
Yeah, I was not expecting basically a backstory to come into play here and involve Eren's mom and dad. So I thought that was very unique for the most part, of getting a little bit of them mixed in with Eren there, while getting a backstory on. Sorry, I forgot his name already, but I thought that was pretty cool the way they did that. Keith, thank you.
Oh yeah, Keith. Yeah.
It just kind of like,
he truly was a side character.
He truly was. But I guess I wasn't expecting us to go on that journey where we are in the season so far. So kudos for all those involved. The main guy, you all know who he is, who created this world. So I thought that was pretty cool. The contraption that Eren has built now with his hardening skills, which is pretty cool. I assume, just by looking at it and seeing it, Eren is a little bit more sharper and is in more control with his Titan. And as we've seen in these last couple episodes, he's been really on the spot of getting it. So I feel like this journey that we've been on with Eren, learning, him stumbling around a little bit, now he's kind of almost at 100% controllability, I guess you could say, of what he's capable of. So it's cool to see, and I guess we should be right. It's midway through season 3, maybe. Yeah. So maybe it should be there, but you never know. Yeah. Well, you do, we don't.
Well, we got the answer too that I think we had previously of, was Eren's ability to make this just a one-time deal, or is it permanent now that he bit into that bottle that had the serum or whatever it was in there? Mm-hmm. So apparently, it's good. It's good for life.
Well, remember, everything that they wanted to, any of the abilities they have to eat, have to ingest. Well, maybe that's the way how we got it.
I'm curious as to how vast of a structure Eren can make with this armor or stuff that he's
the hardening
stuff. Yeah, obviously he created a lot of it to kind of fix that hole in the wall. But can you make battle dome?
He probably could, right? Because we saw what Annie's capable of. Now we're seeing him build this contraption, which is like pretty big. So
right?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what's coming next. And I did look it up, folks. Now we're going on to 3x12. So I don't even know what we're going to do yet for the spoilers, or not the spoilers, but the mid scene. We'll talk it out before we get to it.
Spoilers.
But I am excited to see where we're going to go now, because now they're slowly bringing back in the dad. And I know I'm wrong on the unless his dad put on the blonde, hair, and just decided to go from black hair to blonde. Obviously, he's not
Could be a
Beast.
disguise. Could be a disguise. Yeah.
But I don't know, when we see him here and then looking back at the other facial features, it's not too far off, but it's not, those facial features weren't on the last episode. So obviously I may be wrong. So hey, shot in the dark. Sometimes you miss, sometimes you hit. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that reveal is going to be of who dude is.
Diamond Dave's dart play.
Yeah,
Just throw it out there, see what happens.
It's going to be the one guy Dr. Jaeger can't beat, his own brother.
All right. Well, that's another great episode.
No idea.
Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. So for Diamond Dave, Appleton Oak, that's Mason Glenn. Of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.
遅れてすまんな。
Yeah, Wolf Blitzer showing up.
瓶の中身は解明できそうなのか。
我々の技術ではこれ以上探ることはできないようです。人間の骨髄液由来の成分ではあるようなのですが、空気に触れるとたちまち気化してしまい、分析は困難です。レイスケが作ったのだとしたら、一体どうやって。
すると誰に委ねる？エルヴィン、君か？
私は兵士としては手負いのみです。この箱は最も生存確率の高い優れた兵士に委ねるべきかと。
リヴァイ。
引き受けてくれるか？
任務なら命令すればいい。なぜそんなことを聞く？
Oh, I love Levi.
これを使用する際はどんな状況下かわからない。状況によっては誰に使用するべきか君が決めることになる。
お前の夢ってのが叶ったらその後はどうする？
それはわからない。叶えてみないことにはな。
了解だ。
It's kind of like everything else that Erwin's been planning. It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah.
そろそろ私の作品を披露したいのだが。
まだ諦めておらんかったか。あのようなおぞましいもの民衆にさらしてみよう。兵団への信頼も地に叩き落とされるぞ。
Well, you don't just show that and not have it mean something.
He has it in his pocket.
Well, I mean, if they ask Levi who you're going to use it on and when, come on, would you really give it to anybody else except yourself? I mean, because you're given that responsibility. It doesn't seem like it's Levi's thing to pass that off on somebody else.
It off to somebody else. I'm surprised Hanji isn't jumping in saying, hey, I've been the one that's running all these tests this whole time. Let me have a crack at it.
Yeah. Well, your Wolf Blitzer guy
is Wade.
Your Wolf Blitzer guy is who was torturing alongside, torturing one guy when Hanji was torturing the other. And that's when I was like, hey, it'd be great if those two were torturing someone together because the ideas would just be insane.
Yeah.
So that's who that was. I don't know. Someone said we get a different song coming up here.
I'd like the first song again.
Just so you can go like this.
Kenny Omega.
Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Aren't I? I'm doing that.
Yeah, I'm bad. You're doing the dumb thing wrong.
グリシャ・イエーガーは壁の外から来た人間である可能性が高いと。
アニやライナー、ベルトルトと同じように彼は巨人の力を持っていたしね。おそらくはこの壁に入ってから独力で王政を探るなどしていたんだろうし、そんなお父さんが調査兵団に入りたいと言った10歳の息子に見せたかった家の地下室、そこには一体何があると思う？
Family picture.
つまり初代レース王が我々の記憶から消してしまった世界の記憶。
Oh, maybe what the world really was.
ここで考えたところでわかるわけがない。ウォールマリア奪還作戦は2日後に決行する。地下室には何があるの？知りたければ見に行け。
Oh, here we go.
Come on.
調査兵団だろ
う。No way we're doing it this episode, are we?
でも今日ぐらいは肉を食ってもいいですよね。
シャーディス団長の隠匿罪についてはどうする？
ほっとけばいい。あんなのに構ってる暇はないよ。
ウォールマリアを奪還した後はどうする？何より防衛策の確率が先だと思うが。
脅威の排除だ。壁の外にはどうしても我々を巨人に食わせたいと思っている奴がいるらしいからな。それが何なのかは地下室に答えがあると踏んでいる。地下室に行った後に考えよう。
その体はもう以前のようには動かせねえ。現場の指揮は判事に託せ。お荷物抱えんのは真っ平だ。
Ouch.
No.
連中には俺がそうごねたと説明する。
餌で構わない。おとりに使え。
Wow.
His dad looked like the.
私がダメなら判事がダメなら次だ。確かに困難な作戦になると予想されるが、人類にとって最も重要な作戦になる。そのために手は尽くしてある。
作戦は失敗するかもしれねえ。その上お前がくたばったら後がねえ。お前は椅子に座って頭を動かすだけで十分だ。
Yeah.
人間にとっちゃ それが一番いい選択のはずだ。
いや、違う。
No!
Gamble it all. That's the best
All
option.
in. Gamble it all.
これ以上俺に建前を使うなら、
Whoa.
お前の両足の骨を折る。
I'm with Levi.
だがウォールマリア奪還作戦は確実にお留守番しねえと。
それは困るな。手負いの兵士は現場を退く頃かもしれない。この世の真実が明らかになる瞬間には私が立ち会わなければならない。
There was, you knew that was building up to a but.
そんなに大事か。
Yes.
てめえの足より。
No. Yes.
人類の勝利より。
Oh, whoa.
お前の判断を信じよう。
Dude,
Erwin's
I don't-
dad looked like the Sasquatch dude, didn't he?
Beast? You think so?
Yeah, he had blonde hair and glasses and a blonde beard.
Beast isn't blonde.
Well, mate.
He's got brown hair.
兵士ならば騒ぎすぎにを英気を養ってみせろ。
マジかよ。
Oh, I thought she was gonna go.
乾杯。
Cheers!
Oh, they're all after the meat.
Oh, this must be a rager for him.
やめてくれ、サシャ。お前を殺したくねえんだ。
Oh! Oh!
Oh.
早くサシャを落とした。
けどこいつ意識ないのに動いてるんだよ。
Jesus.
しかしこんなクズでも以前は人に肉を分け与えようとしてたんだよな。
召喚の食料庫からお肉取ってきました。
Right.
土地を奪還すればまた牛も羊も買えますから。
まただ。消えた。
思ったよ。あれからまだ4ヶ月しか経ってないのか。
スピード出世ってやつだよな。
お前は天才だからな。
当たり前だろ。
Damn straight.
だからこそ前線で敵の出方を探るにはうってつけじゃないか。
誰だって最初は新兵なんだ。
一番使えねえのは1にも2にも突撃しかできねえ死に急ぎ野郎だよ。
じゃあそりゃ誰のことだ。
お前以外にいるかい、死に急ぎ野郎は。
Big shit.
Horse face.
顔以外にしとけよ。
You can't just sit there with a bullet. Oh. Oh, the eyes rolled on the back.
Jeez. Dude, is this going to be like The Walking Dead? We've had way too much fun.
Yeah.
Is this going to be build up to now? It's just devastation.
その度にミカサに助けてもらって。ぶっ殺すよ。お前こそ母ちゃん大事にしろよ。
John boy. John boy.
I love the background animation they're doing to kind of show the action.
Shouldn't we stop them?
いいと思う。
誰も食べてくれない。
Oh.
Is that Levi?
Yeah.
もう寝ろ。あと
There
掃
was
除
a
しよう。
Yep.
And clean
Clean
that
that
up.
up.
Sasha's still.
None for her.
She can't get any of the tasty meats.
自分から仕掛けたくせに。
でも
It's true.
元気が戻ったね。
Those are spunky. Spunky.
教官に会ってよかったよ。元気があろうとなかろうとやることをやるつもりだ。考えてもしょうがねえことばかり考えてた。でも兵長だってお前だって一人じゃどうにもならないよな。それをつなぎ合わせて大きな力に変えることができる。人と人が違うのは。
Dude, something bad's going to happen. All this is reminding me of
I
is
know.
Walking Dead, where they build you up to be happy for the crew and then
Yeah.
smack you in the face.
Maybe they're just
Well, we
slowing it
can't
down
lose
to build up
Armin.
for
I
big
mean,
action.
he's the one that's got all
Not
the
gonna
plans.
necessarily
I hope
have-
you're right, Dave.
necessarily have anything bad happen. They're just the old calm before the storm.
Ah, did you see that? They were thinking that it was, oh, I forgot his
Keith?
name. Not Keith. I forgot his name. I'll look it up here.
ウォールマリアを取り戻して襲ってくる敵を全部倒したらまた戻れるの。
戻すんだよ。ツケを払ってもらわねえとな。
それだけじゃないよ。海だ。壁の外にあるのは巨人だけじゃないよ。まずは海を見に行こうよ。エレンはまだ疑っているんだろ。見てろよ。絶対あるんだから。
そりゃ実際見るしかねえな。
約束だからね。
Oh boy.
何倍も広いんだよ。
Oh, did they take on another one?
いよいよだな。
Oh, look at that.
Dude, I'm worried about Erwin.
Oh,
The
microphone.
No pressure.
勝手を言いやがる。
調査兵団がこれだけ歓迎されるのはいつ以来だ。
さてな。
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, never.
It's always when they would get back, they would be like rushed to see who was still there.
Ready to go.
Let's go.
Might as well give him some hope, right?
Yeah, seeing some emotion out of Erwin?
Yep.
Where he's not in the battle?
Yeah.
ウォールマリア最終奪還作戦開始
Oh,
holy shit.
進め
Let's go. Let's go, Dave.
Let's go.
I'm sorry, I got goosebumps with that. I'm not
Don't
even.
you
No, I
dare
don't know. Erwin.
apologize. Let's
That
go.
is awesome.
Don't you dare go to credits.
You know it's. Oh, okay.
No, we got a lot of time yet. A lot of time.
No.
No, we don't. Liar.
What?
Ooh.
3 seconds after he says we got a lot of time.
The just happened?
自分で何をやっているのか分かっているのか。
Oh, what are we all seeing?
What is going on?
Levi turned into a Titan. Look at him, he's steaming.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, Levi took the serum. Just like we kind of thought he would.
Yeah, but what was he saying to Eren?
What was the
saying,
dialogue
like,
meaning?
you guys have no idea what you're
no
doing.
clue, yeah.
I think my heart just sank a little bit.
Well, we knew he had the serum.
Yep.
What was that we just
Well,
saw? Where
you
were
better-
they?
What
You better
made
hit
him
pause,
you better
or
hit
else we're gonna
pause real
find
quick,
out.
or you're gonna get these paws. I mean,
Stop! Stop!
collaborate. Listen,
What the fuck
Levi
was
is
that?
back, and we have don't know what his intention.
Yeah, that was definitely a different side of Levi. You could tell that Eren had just. Well, okay, I'm just gonna hit on that post-credit scene, for lack of a better term, because it was a big moment. Eren had clearly just come out of being a Titan because he had the marks on his eyes, and Levi was still steaming, presumably from being a Titan himself. And then we had all these flashes of different memories and things like that. I'm wondering if Erwin's dad is the Beast Titan, because contrary to what Answer was telling me, I recall the guy in charge of the Beast Titan's a blondie.
No, he's got brown hair.
Well, we'll have to take a bet on that one.
No, it was blonde.
I'm sure he's
It's
a blondie.
light brown.
Oh, now we're going
It's light brown. Well,
anyway,
you just saw it right on the thing.
Anyways,
it was brown.
Anyhow, all that being said, huge, massive tease of what's to come here in this little post-credit scene. I've never seen Mikasa freaked out like that before, so that's gonna be massive. And now we have to figure out why these two are fighting.
Boy,
But-
that's blonde, huh?
No, not the Bigfoot. The guy inside him.
The guy inside.
The
yeah,
guy.
but usually they will take the appearance that they have, and that's
Well,
what
he
turns
doesn't.
into
He
it.
doesn't.
Beast Titan.
Does
No,
Eren,
I'm not Googling anything
does
because
Eren
we
not
Google
look
something.
like the Titan
We
he
are
becomes?
gonna be.
You can look it up.
Did
boy. You
Annie
can
not
see.
look like the Titan she became?
I'll go to.
Exactly.
He's a
I'm
blondie.
just saying.
I'll go.
He's anyhow. So getting off track here, getting this train back on the track. Great episode. We are finally gonna go for the basement. I can't believe we were just kind of joking about it on the last episode, and now all of a sudden here we go. We're gonna go after the basement. So we're sending the whole crew after it. The thing that I wonder about is outside of our kind of abnormal Titans, our Reiner and Burrito, as I like to call him, because they like to have some fun with his name, and our Bigfoot Titan. At this point, our team is pretty skilled up where outside of some massive Titans, I have complete faith in our team's ability to take down any Titan that gets in their way. I don't see them as a massive threat that they once were in earlier seasons, so I'm wondering, is this one going to be a beeline right to the basement, or are we going to kind of take our time a little bit and maybe tell a few stories? Some of the characters will maybe be having conversations on the way to the basement, and then maybe we'll get some stories that way. Either way, I just can't believe it's finally happening. And Levi told Erwin that he's got to stay back because he's the brains of the operation, which makes sense. But
how come every time
There he
every
is.
other Titan though looks like they do as their human
If you're
form?
wondering what's going on, Answer's
They're
eating a
showing-
big
they're-
old plate
they're
of crow right now. Is it delicious, by the way?
Oh, it is delicious, but I'm going to stand by the fact that every other Titan that turned into a Titan resembled what they looked like as a human form. Blonde hair to brown for the beast, whereas those guys, like, he looks like Brock Lesnar in human and Titan form. So does Eren, looks exactly like he does. Annie
You
look
can
exactly like he
stand
does.
by that, but it has no impact on the fact that
reality.
the fact of the matter
that's-
here is that
okay,
it's
whatever.
A blind
I'm
guy.
just saying
You know what?
that's what that is.
No, I think you're onto something, Answer. I think you know better than the creator. So, folks, Answer here is a better writer than the creator of Attack
Well,
on
no,
Titan.
Ymir. Look at Ymir, right? Ymir, in my opinion, opinions vary.
Vary.
But Ymir didn't really look like Ymir. So I see what you're saying. Like,
yeah, that's why I was.
Now,
so
Annie, on
thinking
the
it,
other
even,
hand.
even with it,
Yeah, how did you
because
guys miss that
it
one?
was-
oh yeah, Annie. I mean, that was just
because it
getting
just
smacked
seemed
in the
like
face
to me,
for that one.
even Connie's mom looked like Connie's mom.
I'm
and then
wondering
turned
if
into a Titan.
I'm wondering if all the folks in the comments are just
Don't,
laughing.
come
Because
at
if
me.
they're-
Tell me
No,
what
no.
I'm missing by it, because that's the only reason I totally forgot about that scene. I'm honest to God. But to me, I always just assumed that when they turn into Titan, they still somewhat look like they're human.
It was
form.
not a forgettable scene. Some jacked blonde dude with an epic beard came out of the
that we
beast.
didn't recognize.
But no, what I'm getting at here is I think now the folks in the comments are probably laughing like, they're totally wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. But anyhow,
we could both be wrong.
a huge bombshell dropping on this episode with our team going to the basement. I can't believe it.
Yep.
Levi's in charge of the serum. Wanted Erwin to stay back. Erwin says that's not happening. I got to be there. And what's really intriguing is, okay, maybe the basement won't have the family photograph that I think is in there. It'll apparently, as Erwin thinks, have pretty much the keys to all of humanity and everything that their memories were wiped out about and what the world was like beforehand. I mean, if they discover everything, it's just going to blow their minds. And I think we're going to see a lot more people trying to get outside the walls. Titans be damned if they find out what the rest of the world is like. So we shall see.
Yeah, I did actually really like the hope spot with Armin and Eren and Mikasa, where he's talking about the seed, going to see the ocean, talking about snow and all that other stuff. I know, because you guys are so trained from The Walking Dead, but I mean that happens in a lot of shows too. But to me, I liked it just because that's what they've been dreaming about since they were kids, though, right? And they had
Outside
the
the
book
walls.
of what's all outside the walls, and hopefully one day they can get there. But now they're heading into the battle. I love the scene between Erwin and Levi. Like, he's like, I'm gonna go on this. I'm gonna break both your legs. I mean, you'll be happy from the news you receive, but it'll be tough to get the toilet. No, I'm still going. So, and then the send off by the people was great. That it's like the people had hope once again, because we had seen how many times that they go and people just like, yep, there they go. They wouldn't say anything, and then when they got back, people bum rush. But it was usually to see who was left, who survived. Most of the time, asking if their son, daughter, mother, brother, whatever was still alive, and sad to say, more often than not, they weren't. So it was nice to see that the people have hope, and hopefully they get they find what they need to find in the basement. I think it'll be more than a photograph. It should be I agree with Erwin, because it should be because that's where Eren's dad took him. Was down there to get the serum, to give it to him. So I'm just assuming that's what's down there, but I don't think it's going to be impending deletion of everybody like Dave says. But that post-credit scene was wow.
Yeah, I thought with the title of the episode, we joked about it.
I thought this was going to be it.
I thought we were going to get some action. I agree with the answer. I think the send off from the people that lived there was a pretty pivotal moment, because it showed that it's like there's this momentum that's growing. They really feel like they have a chance. It's not just doomsday, like, okay, how long until they take the next wall and we're forced further into the center. Now they really feel like hey, we're going to get out there. And, you know, as we've learned, Wall Maria increases their livable space by, I mean, a vast amount. So if they can retake the wall, do it successfully, you know, to fix whatever patches need to be fixed with, you know, with Eren's abilities, that is a drastic shift rather for the entire lifestyle of everybody that's living there. And would be a huge, again, momentum boost for, you know, the scouts and everything like that who are going out and battling these guys. But as we saw, they can't, you know, I was hoping that maybe they could just try to lure everybody in one by one and just squash their necks. But we saw that, no, they're going out on horseback, which that was really cool, seeing them all riding. And of course the audio of, you know, just that multitude of horses just, you know, shaking the ground running. But, the post-credits scene, that one threw me off a little bit, but you know, I think we kind of all expected that when we saw that they gave, you know, Levi the serum. Oh, who would you use it on? It was like kind of like, you know, I don't want to say it goes without saying that it was going to be him, but I'm really curious as to what sort of Titan he's going to turn into, whether he's going to have any sort of human ability. We know when Eren first turned into the Titan a few times, there was a disconnect between him actually being able to control what was going on, remembering what was going on. Levi, an absolute menace of a soldier, but you know, how much trial and error is there going to be before he feels like he can really control the Titan? And as we almost saw Eren take out Mikasa earlier on in the
second time he turned.
He turned. He was swinging at her. So, you know, Levi turning could be very dangerous if he gets control of it. I mean, imagine him and Eren, the mega powers going at it. But we'll see.
Yeah, my brain is still scrambled from that post-credit scene. I'm not going to make any assumptions, even though, yes, he was steaming, or there was something was steaming there. I'm not going to make any assumptions yet, because that was just a chaotic post-credit scene that I was not expecting at all. We see Levi in basically a crimson mask. Mm-hmm. We've never seen, well, at least I won't speak for you guys, but I've never seen Mikasa look that worried. Mm-hmm. And then Eren was just like in oh shit mode. And then Levi was delivering that dialogue. So what happened? Well, obviously don't answer that. We're going to get that right. We're going to get that. I mean. But that's where my head is right now with all that. And I know some of you didn't suggested to not see it, because I'm guessing that you guys want us to have probably this reaction that you were expecting from when that moment happens. Yeah. But look, for those who said it's going to spoil something, call me an idiot, call me whatever you want, but right now I'm not piecing it together. Probably just because of the state of shock that this was in, seeing those three in that position. So right now, no spoilers had for this guy, I can tell you that. Erwin, great to see that dialogue between Levi and him. I appreciate Erwin, but I'm on the same page as Levi. Like, we need you in your brain. Let's keep that going and not get deleted 86 whatever, and let's not have you be a piece of meat hanging for these Titans, even though Erwin's ready to just go. Bait. Yeah, so I'm on Levi's train there with that one. Let's just hold it back. But I do understand why Erwin is doing what he's doing and why he's saying what he's saying. So with that being said, Erwin, stay back, even though it's not happening. I know it's not happening, but
he's ready to go.
He's going. As far as the rest of the episode, I'm still thinking about that post-credit. So I can't wait for next week to come, because what... Will we get that right away, or was that such a flash forward?
Be like, wait.
Was that such a flash forward now that we're going to be building to that moment? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, what a post credit. Yeah. And I really thought, and that, in a way, they kind of did a Walking Dead there. Obviously, I think some of this happened. Well, either way. But there was just no ender where it was just like some kind of death. Instead, it was just a huge shock and all for a post-credit for what's to come. So, bravo Bravo, 'cause
then-
it was awesome.
And then just centering it on those three that we don't know what happened.
Yeah, there was somebody on the roof that was definitely steaming. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying I'm not predicting or assuming it was Levi, because someone was on the roof laying flat,
I'm
steaming.
guessing they're not going to like what they find in the basement.
Well,
maybe.
was that even the basement?
Yeah, where are they even?
Where
there?
are they?
That's what
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
Is that
Opinions
them in the
vary.
wall of Maria?
That's the fun of it.
Like, or are they somewhere else? I don't know. Either way, my brain is still spinning. So
We'll find out.
Well, what a captivating episode this was. Definitely got the tensions high in the studio. Just kidding, all good fun.
It's hard being right.
But it's so much fun watching this show. And for Diamond Dave, Appleton
him.
Oak, Mason Quinn, I'm of
Poking him.
course the answer. Catch you on the next one, pals.